Old man Beardface.
All right. Is this thing working? All right. If you guys are seeing this, y'all know who I am. And if you don't know who I am, my name is Larry Barry. I'm a reporter for CNT News. Well, I was a former reporter for CNT News. I stumbled upon something big. Something very big. I think you all remember when I did my little expose on a Mr. Chuck Livingston out there in Blaine County. How he was being a public nuisance, getting away with everything. How could this man be so slick and so smart and so conniving and yet just be so popular? And I'm sure you all realize that Mr. Livingston is now running for governor of San Andreas. It just boggles my mind, I know that's for sure. Something happened, though. I was asked by my CEO over there at CNT News, a Mr. Jim Simpson, to go ahead and do another piece on Mr. Livingston. Because Mr. Livingston came around asking for money. He asked for money from me. He thought he was entitled to it after that report that I did. And yes, I got an award from the state, and I got my name a little bit more out there in the world, and the fame came. So naturally, I reported this shakedown by Mr. Livingston up to my CEO, Mr. Simpson. And Mr. Simpson had me write another story. That's what he wanted me to do. So I started doing that. Started looking around, but then something came into my mind, something weird. We had all of this money. CNT had all of this money, and the CEO was just more than willing to throw this money at destroying the credibility of a Mr. Chuck Livingston. And I wondered why. I mean, first of all, how are we getting all this money? We didn't get that much famous to get all of these super big endorsements. And that's what was going on. Or that's what the excuse was over there at CNT, was just nothing but we were just getting rich off of these endorsements. But it didn't add up. So I started looking a little bit further and a little bit deeper. And what I came across shook the foundation of objective journalism, shook me to my core. I couldn't believe that I was being used as a pawn in a game this sadistic to protect the interests of one very large company while destroying the life of one human being in the process. What I found was that our CEO of CNT, Mr. Jim Simpson, that wasn't his last name. No. His last name actually happens to be Big Logs. Now, if you think about it, Big Logs is the cereal company and the food company that creates Strawberry Rails. That breakfast cereal that you all love. It gives you so much energy. Apparently, you could snort it. But I'm here to tell you, Strawberry Rails has had so many complaints with the FDA. They've put chemicals in it that are harmful, especially consumed in large quantities. And Big Logs knows this, and Big Logs is hiding it. And why would Big Logs want to hide this? Well, it's just that simple. If the population knew that they were consuming dangerous chemicals every day in their cereal, they're feeding it to their children, they're eating it themselves, well, then what do you think would happen? Everybody would sue Big Logs, and Big Logs would lose all their money and lose their business. But it gets even worse, because we all know that there's one very, famous individual with one very large strawberry rails problem. And that's Mr. Livingston himself, Chuck Livingston. Boat boy. And we all know the antics that he gets away with and how he can just do whatever he wants. And we all know that he's also running for the governor. Well, Mr. Big Logs knows that too. And if there was ever a connection made between the quote-unquote addiction to strawberry rails, then Mr. Livingston would have one hell of a lawsuit. And he's high profile enough that he could take down Big Logs by himself. So this is where my company that I loved and worked for got pulled into it. Big Logs installed his son as CEO of C&T with a direct mission to use C&T as a propaganda arm to hide the nefarious dealings of what Big Logs was doing with their cereal strawberry rails. And Mr. Simpson used me as that weapon to go after Mr. Livingston to embarrass him by investigating him for a expose, a world-famous expose that would earn me awards and earn me money. But little did I know, all I was doing was Big Log's dirty work. And I found all this out. And I can't have it anymore. So I'm recording it on this tape. I have uncovered the files that verify all of this information is correct. I had to do it in an illegal way. So I was going to jail, and I knew that. But it had to be done in order for the public to understand what they're dealing with what Big Logs has done with the strawberry rails, and what C&T has done to cover it up. So if you're seeing this, then my plan worked out. I'm sitting over there in Bolingbroke. And the files will be released publicly, along with this video. I don't know what's going to happen to me. I don't know what's going to happen to C&T. And I don't even know what's going to happen to Big Logs. And I certainly don't know what's going to happen to Chuck. But I do want to say this, and I want to say this publicly. Chuck Livingston, I trailed you for a long time. I gathered up a lot of information on you. At times, I didn't even like you. I thought you got away with too much. But I want to say now that I just misunderstood. You were under the influence of whatever chemical is in those strawberry rails. You are a victim, Chuck, and I treated you like a monster. And I am sorry. I publicly apologize to you, Mr. Livingston. I do hope that you seek help for your addiction to these strawberry rails, and I do hope that you seek some form of justice for what this capitalistic, corporate, huge entity, Big Logs, has done to you, and also how C&T covered it up. And to C&T, I say this: I resign, you sons of bitches. I quit. This has been Larry Berry, in what will probably be my last broadcast. To the citizens of San Andreas, I love you, and good night. Yeah, witnessing the story of a man who hit rock bottom. Yeah, I was trying to do the right thing, but I ended up in jail. And boy, was that an experience. Not even the city jail, get in there, get out. 8 hours later, pay a fine. No. This was the real stuff. I was away for a month. Thank God I had a good lawyer, though. After that tape dropped and they could see that I was doing the right thing, my lawyer was able to get the judge to knock down my sentence to basically a month. Time served. I still technically am a felon, though. Not going to be able to own a firearm, any of that good stuff, but, it's alright. I never used one anyway. I gotta admit, it's nice to be on the outside. I never, thought that the air was good out here in Blaine County, but God, it smells good compared to what it was inside that jail. But now that I'm outside, you know, it's kind of weird. People don't talk to me like they used to. They don't come up to me anymore. I think I lost a lot of people's respect. It's alright, though. Maybe the quiet life is the way to go. But now comes the hard part. See, the state, they foreclosed my home. The boys over there at C&T, Trevor, and then Mikey, and even Clock over there at Flywheels, they were instrumental in getting my cars out, but I can't have those cars back. State will come looking for them, so Trevor and Clock, you know, they did whatever they do. I've learned not to ask questions, and that's fine. So I don't have a car, I don't have a job, and I don't have a place to live. I am really just building everything back up from the ground. You know what that means? I got a little bit of change left in my pocket. I think I'll go grab me some whiskey. I do like the whiskey over here at the Yellow Jack. Yeah, people just don't look at me like they used to. I definitely am a nobody now. I haven't been able to reach out to Morty. He's staying kind of undercover, so he doesn't end up going to jail. Luckily, I was able to talk to this bartender. They got a trailer out back. I could stay in that for pretty cheap, at least for the night. It's definitely not my house up there in the hills. But hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. Oh God, this place looks like they've let every meth dealer, crackhead, and general lowlife stay here. It's probably why it is so cheap. I bet you the roaches are even messed up on some sort of drug. This really is the rock bottom. And it doesn't feel good. All I can think about, though, is just getting some sleep. Trying to start over. Oh, God. I think I'm gonna sleep on the couch. Well, it's a new day. And I guess a new Larry. Still not feeling much better about my situation. But you know, all my time in the military, all my time reporting news, being neighborhood watch, you know, it all taught me the same thing. Sometimes you just gotta pull yourself together. You can't let life just kick you down like that. You gotta get yourself up. Become the person you want to be. And by God, that's what I'm gonna do.
We both know we don't need the candles. We both know we don't need the wine. I don't need to light up the chalice when you're texting me at night. You say you have a hangover today. I just wanna be sober, so I say you better come over now. I feel that I could die, but baby I don't mind. 'Cause when you're by my side, it makes me feel alive. I feel that I could die, but baby I don't mind. My hands are on your thighs and you look me in the eyes. I don't need to write you a letter. I don't need to write you a song. Prove I don't need someone better. Prove I won't leave you alone. Won't leave you alone. You say you have a hangover today. I just wanna be sober, so I say you better come over now. I feel that I could die, but baby I don't mind. 'Cause when you're by my side, it makes me feel alive. I feel that I could die, but baby I don't mind. My hands are on your thighs and you look me in the eyes. Today I just wanna be sober. Today I just wanna be sober. Today I just wanna be sober. Today I just. You say you have a hangover. Today I just wanna be sober. Today I just wanna be sober. Today I just. There's mess in my apartment. No need for sunlight. You tell me that you need me now. There's mess in my apartment. No need for sunlight. You tell me that you need me now. I feel that I could die, but baby I don't mind. 'Cause when you're by my side, it makes me feel alive. I feel that I could die, but baby I don't mind. My hands are on your thighs and you look me in the eyes. Today I just wanna be sober. Today I just wanna be sober. Today I just wanna be sober. Today I just. You say you have a hangover. Today I just wanna be sober. Today I just wanna be sober. Today I just feel alive.
You know, there was always something that I wanted to do. And it's time. I always loved investigations. That's why I became a reporter. But maybe I need to, open up my own private eye business. Larry Berry, Private Eye. Working for Fuwu Investigations. God, I love the sound of that. I think I'm going to talk to Morty. I think Morty would want to get in on this. Me and Mortimer as Private Eyes. Funny thing is I had a note on my desk. Morty actually left me a gift over here in the alley. I'm not exactly sure what it is, but we're going to see. Well, you look at that. There's a beautiful old model Chevy Caprice. Old law enforcement edition on top of that. Oh, this thing's a beast. That's going to be perfect. Fits my new style, my new attitude. Oh, and the #1 dad thing? You guys will find out about that later. It's quite an interesting story. Oh, this car. Oh, this car feels good. Feels good on me. Oh, I'm sorry, Margaret. You're a thing of the past. Oh, this car, though. I don't know what the hell I'm gonna name it, but, we'll figure that out. It's gonna be a brand new Larry and a brand new life. You know, whatever happens to, Jim Simpson, to CNT, to Big Logs, I don't think I much care anymore. I did my part. And now I'm back.